Tech20Tuesday. We're back every second Tuesday. We take 20 minutes and talk about something with regards to digital technologies and how it can be used for teaching and learning. So today we're going to take a look at some of the resources that are there to help teachers teach and learn, help students learn about the world around them. Being literate in the 21st century means being able to not only safely navigate digital landscapes and digital worlds, but also being able to do that efficiently and being able to do that responsibly. So we're going to have a quick look at some of that as we go through. And so today we're going to take a look at the digital responsibility framework. So a couple of years ago, our team, the digital learning team, started a new project, and we took a bunch of resources and basically collated them all into one place. It's on where else but the SharePoint. And so today I wanted to sort of walk you through that. So I am going to put a link here in the chat. So it is the website that we're going to head off to. So you can follow it. And if you're looking at this in YouTube later, I'll put the link down below in the session description. So we're going to move on to that website right away. So I'm going to wander over here to SharePoint. So this is the website that you're going to see when you get here. It's our technology support page. There's lots of stuff in here, booking calendars, teams, so all kinds of different tools that we help support. But the one that we're going to look at today specifically, we're going to take a look at some of more of these in the coming weeks, but today we're going to look specifically at this, excuse me, digital responsibility framework for teaching. And so when we open this up, you're going to see that it opens up into a web page. On the left-hand side, we can sort and search by grade level. And then down here, we can sort and search by 6 different themes. So the first theme is media balance and well-being, privacy and security, digital footprint and identity, relationships and communications, cyberbullying and digital drama, and news and media literacy. And these are really the 6 critical themes that our students really need to sort of get a good handle on. And we can start on all of these themes, as young as kindergarten and as old as grade 12, and even adults. What we've done is we've taken a bunch of resources, and we'll start and have a quick look through this so you as a teacher can start to implement these into your classroom, because this is as much a literacy in the 21st century as learning how to put words together and create sentences. So when we look at this, the one thing you'll notice is that some of the sessions, some of the resources are from Common Sense Media. So if you are looking at Common Sense Media resources, they do require teachers to create an account, but the accounts are free. And so you can do that right here, or when you sign in, if you have a Google account, you can just use that as well, sort of as a single sign-on. The rest of them are coming from other different sources, but let's have a quick look. So I'm going to go over here to the K2. And so these are all lessons and learning activities that have been designed, and our team has sort of identified as being appropriate for K2. So let's say I was a K2 teacher and I was looking to teach kids about privacy and security online. Now, a lot of for instance, if you're talking about privacy, really from privacy online to privacy in real life, there's not a whole lot of difference. There's a lot of crossover there in terms of how you would teach and what you would teach about. So if I choose the privacy and security, you're going to see that it's going to pop up with the lesson. So safety in my online neighborhood. It is from Common Sense Education. Common Sense Education, by the way, is one of the world leaders in developing educational resources around digital literacy. They're an American group, but they're a nonprofit, and they are excellent. They've got some great resources. So you'll see here that there's a Common Sense Education resource here. The learning objectives and the description are here. The learning resources, there's a video, there's a handout, which is printable, and there's a poster. So it gives you an idea of what you're going to find behind the magic link. And it also makes the New Brunswick Digital Literacy Framework connections to from this lesson to that document, which is becoming more and more adopted and being more and more prevalent inside of our teaching and learning practices. So I'm just going to click through here, and you're going to see that when I come into the Common Sense Media platform, because I've already have an account, you can see I'm signed in up here. And like I said, you can create your own free account. So it tells me that it's grade K. It's 30 minutes. I can do a quicker lesson if I want to, but it's going to give me all of the information that I'm looking for. So the power of the internet, discover the internet can be used to visit faraway places, compare how staying safe online is similar to staying safe in the real world, and explain the rules for traveling safely on the internet. So it's got some really interesting stuff in here. Here's the lesson plan. So the lesson plan, and if I click on this drop-down menu here, it will open up. So it gives me some prompts, so a little bit of a question to start the lesson with. And that's ask what, so you're going to ask your students this, and it takes you to, and that's on slide 3. Gives me all of this, and there we go. So up here, I can actually come over here, and you can see that I've got the slides over here. So I can click on these. There's a video, My Online Neighborhood. There's a pause and think moment with a handout, and there's a poem poster. And so I can come down here and find out, basically what this lesson is going to look like. There's the next 5 minutes is read it, safety, it rules. So we're going to learn a short poem to help us remember the rules for staying safe online. And so it walks you basically through each of these. This is great too, not just for classroom teachers, although I absolutely believe classroom teachers should be taking the lead on this. But if you have resource teachers who are looking for resources that they can do sort of whole class or even whole school intervention presentations, these are excellent as well. There's an internet field trip, so there's a 15 minutes, and so there's some excellent resources, and so this walks through, and there's a pause and think moment for the end, sort of the wrap up to this lesson. It also gives you often some extension activities that you can use here to find out and to think about how students can continue the learning along that particular lesson. So as you can see here, these are very well done. They're very well put together, and they're quite extensive. It also has some family activities. So if you're working with families and you want to share some information to home, here underneath the family activities, it will give you English and Spanish. Unfortunately, because Common Sense Media is not a Canadian organization, all of their resources are available in English only or Spanish. But with AI tools now, you can take a lot of these resources and easily translate them over to French. It's also got some family tips, and sometimes it looks like they've got some more languages here, and an SEL conversation starter. So you can click on that. Let's have a quick look at that and see what it looks like. So these are for, I guess, for families. Talk about how your child can stay safe when using the internet. So here's some questions that that parents can ask their child to follow up with the conversations that are going on inside of the classroom. So you can see here that this is pretty extensive. It's got a great lesson plan. Let's have a quick look at maybe a more of a middle school one. And let's say we're looking at critical thinkers and creators. Let's go there. So here we're talking about news and media literacy. So kids being able to look at stuff and consume some material online, and then being able to sort of digest that, decide where it's at, what value it has, whether it's decent stuff or not. And so it's got the same kind of layout. You'll notice that this one is coming from Everfi. Everfi is a Canadian organization. Media Smarts is also in here, and they're also Canadian. So if I click on the website, it's going to take us to this lesson. And so we'll just have a quick pop in there. We'll accept that. And So here are, oh, it's a whole course. So it's got lesson 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it's got some really great information. You can create your own teacher account, and that is Canadian as well, and it is free. And it comes in English, French, and Spanish. So you can download and go to any of these lessons. We'll just go into lesson 1. And there it is. So we're going to close this, and it has basically these slideshows. So I hit post, and away we go. So it's got some really interesting and valuable information there as well. I'm trying to get to this. My camera there keeps covering up. So, and then even at grade 12, 11 and 12, it's got some really good information. We find balance in our digital lives. So let's come into there. We know that's can be a real challenge for high school students, is to find that balance. Health effects of screen time. Click on the link. And so again, if you were teaching in some high school students, how much is too much, how it's used, media habits. So, and it's got the slides, it's got a video, it's got the handout and a teacher version of the handout. It's got a quiz already done for you. So the resources are all here for you, and it really does lay it out step by step. If I click on the lesson plan, how much is too much? It's got me some prompting questions to ask the students. And then down here, check your habits, how it's used. So it's going to ask students to work on some self reflection activities, my media habits again, and then some additional resources to extend the lesson and how you can go about that. So we're really excited. Oh, and I opened that up. So we're really excited about this particular resource. And as I said, I'm going to actually put this in here as well. I'll put this right in the link, and you can grab it from the lesson. And if you are watching on YouTube, I'll also put it down in the notes, the comment section. So that is what we really wanted to sort of make sure that you are aware of today. And I am trying to get back to here. If you do have questions and you're really looking for some support, or want to talk to somebody about how you can roll these out into your classroom, into your teaching and learning activities, I encourage you to reach out to one of our ASD-W digital learning team, Lindsay, Joel, Wayland, Yvette, Wendy, or myself, and we would be happy to come and sort of sit down and work with you. And even if you want it, we can come in and help co-teach these classes with you. As I said, they're pretty self-explanatory, but if you want some help to get through the first couple till you might feel more comfortable with the content and with the ideas, then certainly feel free to reach out. We'd love to come and help you. So that is Tech 20 Tuesday for today. Look forward to seeing you again in a couple of weeks' time. We're going to go through some more resources that are kind of similar to this, that are meant to really help you and your students leverage technology for teaching and learning in your classroom. So we will see you again in a couple of weeks. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.